Hi, I'm Dave Nordschow from David Nordschow Amplification, and we've got a few new products here at NAMM I'd like to walk you through for a couple of minutes. So I'm going to start with our newest product. This is our DNA 800 amplifier. It's 800 watts RMS at 4 ohms, 400 watts at 4 ohms. It's got input gain, mute to tune switch, a nice shape control, which gives you a really nice little bass boost in the low end, pulls out the lower mid-range, and then gives you a long, slow rise in the high treble range. It's really useful if you're trying to do a quick slap tone or something of that nature. Great studio tone. Then we've got a 4-band EQ next to that with bass, low mid, high mid, and treble, all hinged at the right points for different kind of music styles. And then we've got a full studio style DBX type compressor with a THEAT chip. You got a full threshold and ratio controls on it, and you can bypass that with the pull pot, and you can do the same thing on the shape. You can also, with an extra foot switch, set up the shape control for one sound, bypass it with a switch, set up the 4-band tone control for different sound, and bypass that with a switch as well. So you've got a lot of flexibility. You can do 3 analog sounds. The back panel's got another input in the back for using racks inputs if you're doing like a wireless or something like that, and then front, and they work either or. It's got an effects loop. It's got an auxiliary in, full stereo with a full active mix. And then it's also got 2 NL4 outputs, and it's also got an emergency 1/4-inch jack output for it. And the power supply is set up like on our 1350 to do anything where in the world. So it goes from 90 volts to 240 volts. So you can just get a local plug, put it in the IEC connector in the back, and you can go any place in the world with it without having to change anything. And then right below that, we've got our flagship 1350. They share the same basic structure for the input and the tone controls and the operations. This has a few more bells and whistles on it. The DI levels in the front panel. It's got a side chain as well as the serial effects. You can choose 3 or post DI. And then the compressor's got threshold and ratio just like the 800 does. And it's got a little more sophisticated monitoring setup for the amplifier system over on the right-hand side. It'll tell you when you're peaking. It'll also tell you if you've got any kind of a problem with the amplifier. It'll show you the protect mode. And usually with a simple reset, it'll solve whatever that is. It's a very well-protected amplifier, as is the 800 as well. A little bigger, a few more features, but very similar sound characteristics. And then going to the speakers, this is our 112 micro down here. This is set up very nicely for a 4-string. It'll also play 5-string well. It's got a little more mid-range push on it. And you'll probably notice that all of our speakers have got the controls on the front panel. That's so you can use the level control not only to adjust your tweeter, but you can use it as a tone effect as well. And right below that is the 112 standard. It's a deeper cabinet, and it has a bit more output in the low end, so it's even better for 5-string. It's got a great B-string tone on the bottom. The upper one is a little narrower. It's set up to go through a turnstile in the subway, so you can carry it with you any place you want to. Then we go over to our 210 over here. This is a 700 watt rated box with a peak of 1400 watts, and it is amazing. It'll do the job of most 410s. And the ceramic version comes in about 62 pounds, and the neodymium version, which is next to it in the painted finish, comes in at 52 pounds. Same power ending characteristics, same basic sound, same operational stuff. And it's hard to see with the camera, but the ports in here are curved. They're flared ports, and so you get a really smooth, powerful low bass tone that you don't get out of the square ported style cabinets. You get a much better transition, much greater airflow, and a lot better sonic quality to the bass notes coming through this. And below there are 410s, which are 1400 watts RMS, 2.8 kilowatts peak, and are frighteningly loud, actually. And we do that both in a neodymium and the painted, and in a carpeted version with the ceramic drivers, and that's about 20 pounds difference between those two cabinets as well. We also have a 115 and a 110 that we don't have here at the show, and that rounds out the line for us.